What's good, family? It's your boy D Rose of the Supremely Black Podcast. Just tapping in with y'all today. Make sure that you hit the like button. If you're liking the content, make sure that you share it. But if you're really rocking with it, make sure that you subscribe. Was talking with a few of the supporters. They have hit me up. I sat back and looked to see exactly what was going to transpire after the Cam Newton release from the New England Patriots. Just trying to check to see if anybody was actually going to keep it real. I really just noticed that he was released due to him not wanting to get the shot. Let's just keep it real. To me, it had nothing to do with the performance and things of that nature. If you follow football, you know exactly how it is in the New England way. Nobody bucks the system. Everybody just kind of stays in line and respects the chain of command or the structure that they have. But I just think, honestly, in this one, this is bullshit, to be completely honest with you, that they would even try to make it seem as if that it was based off the performance. Typically, when you're watching a preseason game, you see that the starters aren't getting many reps at all. So you know for a fact that the backup is going to be playing more just for protection of injuries. But for them to make it seem as if that it was anything more than him actually standing up and saying that he wasn't going to get the shot, knowing that, last year that he actually had caught 19. So to me, I just kind of felt it was crazy to see people going back and forth and straddling the line, talking about all those the performance. Mac Jones was outperforming him. I mean, he was going to because he was getting more reps in the preseason game. But the thing that really stood out to me is just how they really started to slander his character. It's like now he's this selfish player that only thinks about himself, that didn't think anything about the team and wanted to be able to compete in the NFL. Just over not getting a shot, that everybody has their right to either say, hey, yes, I want to be vaccinated, or no, I don't. And it's just, to me, I just don't understand how we've gotten to the point to where I've seen people falling out with their family over it. Jobs are now putting it to a point where they're terminating employment, things of that nature. Don't get me wrong, it's not to be insensitive in regards to the impact that 19 has had on the entire world. But I just think it's just a few things that we actually do in America when you think of like the land of the free. And we've been told as kids and growing up that you have the choice between yes or no. And I've always been raised this way, is that the choice that you make is completely on you, and you just have to live with those results. But when it's coming down to a point where people are losing their career jobs, people are losing, connections with family just off of saying like, hey, even if you got your mask, if you're not vaccinated, you're not welcome around. Like when you get to start pushing those type of things, that's sad that even though it's something that we're having trouble with containing, but when you think about the logistics of it, we have the same thing with any other disease, from when chickenpox was a thing, strep throat to this day, the flu still. It's a lot of different diseases that could be airborne or passed or transmitted from others. And people aren't just saying, hey, don't come around your grandmother, don't come around your family if you're not completely vaccinated. I think it's just, to be honest with you, it's going too far, man. Like this to me was like the camel, the straw that broke the camel's back. You feel me? It's like he has the right, just like everybody else has the right. If you choose to get it, you do. But to get to the point where it almost seems as if it is causing a rift in between and drama within families. Like I've even gotten text messages from people within my own family about, hey, no, you can't do X, Y. And to me, it's sad, man, that we've gotten to a point of that. It's just like, do we all have the freedom of speech and freedom to do whatever we would like and a choice to say yes or no? Because to me, I think that's what the, cliche American way is. You have your choice to either do or not do, but to be completely penalized for something that honestly, nobody has the data to say that the actual shots are even working. You've seen data that people that have the shot are getting it. Some people that don't have the shot are getting it. So it honestly hasn't been enough data to where they can make it to where it's extreme, to like where people are saying, like, we've had to get vaccinations before we could go to school. That was years of data of them knowing exactly of what's going on. and how to stop it and how to prevent it from being something major spread. This hasn't been going on long enough for them to have a data that even knows that, hey, if you get the first, second, or the booster shot, that's actually going to protect you from anything out here in this world. So to me, it was just, it's blatant that companies are starting to do it. I think the NFL just made its biggest move. I think this is more or less is a scare tactic for people of players with a high profile that, hey, you're not immune to being removed from the NFL or from a team if you're not willing to follow the way of being vaccinated, because you put everybody else at harm, as if that we don't all live normal lives anyway, and everything doesn't surround around that particular sport. So you have to make that decision whether you want to do it or not. I just think that it's very unfortunate, and I really hate that people are being fake as hell, honestly, and saying that he was being selfish, or was he just being the same way that we were raised up to be, which is having an option to whether either we're saying yes to something or no to something, and we all have to live with that choice. So I would definitely want to hear you. That's my take on it. I just feel like it was definitely something planned. I definitely think that this was something they are using to scare players because, like I was saying, Cam Newton is a big figure. So we're going to see exactly how that plays out when more players get vaccinated. I think if they don't, they just won't be as open about not taking it as he was. And hopefully that people won't continue to lose their jobs based off of their overall decision that we've always been taught since growing up, is that you have your right and you have your choice to either say yes or no to anything in this world. So I stand with Cam in regards to him. If you decided not to take the shot, or anybody else that does, if you decide to, that's completely fine. But I think it's bullshit that they're taking away people's lifelong dreams and jobs just based off of a virus and an opportunity where people can either say yes or no. But I would definitely love to hear you all's comments on this. That's my thoughts. Make sure that you like, share, and comment. And make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We're going to be definitely dropping some more content and keeping it real in regards to some of the things that are impacting our society and just things that, people don't want to say. But this is your boy D Rose. To all my queens, salute. To all my kings, salute. Love. Keep holding it down.